Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about making and selling candles. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how much it costs me per month to run my business. I do want to preface before I get into the exact numbers for today's video is that there are some payments that I pay every month that is going to stay the same. They never change. So like my Shopify subscription, something that is going to be the same every month, whereas there are lots of things that change all the time. So like my actual supplies, jars, wicks, wax, all that kind of stuff for candles, it changes all the time. Sometimes there's a couple months that go by that I don't purchase something, and that's because I purchased in bulk a couple months prior. So it really just depends. And so I decided to kind of create an average amount per month. So what I did was I looked at the last 6 months, I added everything together, and then I divided it by 6 to kind of get an average. So those are the numbers that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So just keep that in mind going forward, that I'm not spending this per month. Some months it might be more, some months it might be less, but it just kind of averages out to that whole amount per month. And I like to buy in bulk, so I like to get the cheapest price possible per item that I am purchasing. So if it seems like it's a lot, it's just because I like to purchase in bulk so I can get that cost down and then have more in stock. So that's just kind of how I do everything. I like to, when I'm going to purchase something, I used to purchase just kind of what I needed for those next couple weeks or month or so. And now when I am purchasing something, especially when it actually is available, I like to purchase enough to last me a good while so that I have it available when I need to, as I am making more candles. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the numbers of everything. So this is the section where nothing changes monthly. So I always pay these every single month and it really never changes. So the first one is my Shopify subscription. So Shopify is my web hosting platform that I use to actually have my own website on. And that is $29.99 a month. And I also pay an additional app. So Shopify has tons of apps that you can get. Some are free, some you have to pay monthly for. And I have one where you have to pay monthly for it. And it's an additional $2 a month on top of that. So it is $31.99 a month for Shopify. The next thing that I pay monthly for is business insurance. So I go through Liberty Mutual and I pay $43 a month. Originally, when I first got started with my business, I went through a company called Next Insurance, and it was a lot cheaper at, I believe it was around $25 a month. However, I found out after being on it for a little while that they actually don't cover manufactured candles. Now, this is a huge topic of discussion in the Facebook candle making groups that I'm a part of, that a lot of people still are on Next Insurance and they've heard through their representatives that they do cover candle businesses. However, they might cover candle businesses, but from what I have heard from multiple of their employees, that they do not cover manufactured candles, which is really important for us if you are making your own candles. So I decided to just play it safe, get off Next Insurance, get on Liberty Mutual, and I've had multiple people look over my policy to just make sure that it's covering me, and it does, so I feel a lot better about it. The next thing that I pay monthly for is Canva. So I paid for Canva's Pro version and it's $12.95 per month. And it is well worth it to me because I use it for pretty much everything design-wise. So I design all of my labels on Canva, and I also use it to design and sell my editable templates for my Etsy shop. So I sell the thank you cards, candle care cards, warning labels for candles to where you can edit it and put in your personal brand information on it. So I sell all of that on my Etsy shop, and I use Canva in order to do that. So the $12.95 is well worth it to me. I absolutely love Canva so much. The next thing is actually pretty new to me. I just got it last month because my boyfriend and I recently got a new computer for the living room that can actually handle the load of having a design software like Photoshop. So I decided to get the Photoshop and Lightroom bundle from Adobe and purchase that monthly at $9.99. And that is just for some extra photo editing things that I want to do. And I've been always really interested to really learn Photoshop. So I decided to get it, and it's only $10 a month, so I decided to just try it out, and I'm currently trying to still learn it because Photoshop is, it's a lot. I love Lightroom though. Lightroom is really, really fun to use for photo editing, and that's what I use to edit all of my photos. The next thing is Epidemic Sound. So I got this a couple months ago and I'm not using it as much as I wish I would because it's $50 a month. So it's $49.99, and Epidemic Sound is basically where you're able to go on to their website and download so much music on there that you can use copyright free for your videos. And it's really helpful for YouTubers that use a lot of music. I'm trying to get better about doing that. Most of the time I don't add any music to my videos, but I need to start doing that. However, it is very helpful when I make TikTok videos or Instagram reels because I'm able to add in that music copyright free. So that's really nice about it. But yeah, it's $50 a month, so I really got to start using it more. And then the last two things that I pay monthly for is QuickBooks. So there's QuickBooks for my bookkeeping, and then there's also QuickBooks Payroll. So QuickBooks for my bookkeeping, I pay monthly for at $17 a month for the self-employed version. However, I am trying my best to switch over from the self-employed version to the online version. So I am kind of paying double right now, but I didn't want to include the double payment because I feel like I'm going to get rid of the online version until I start the new year in 2022, because it's just too hard to switch over for me between the two, the self-employed and then the online version. And then for payroll, because I am now an S corporation, so Memory Box Candle Co. is now incorporated. So me as the owner, I have to be under payroll because I'm an employee of my own company. So I have to put myself on payroll, and that is an additional $27 a month in order to have myself on payroll. So to total that all up for all of the things that I pay monthly for that doesn't ever change is $191.92. All right, now we are going to get into the items that changes all the time that I just kind of did an average for. So the first thing is shipping supplies. So these are all of my shipping boxes, my poly mailers, my honeycomb paper that I used in my last video that you guys were asking about, and also any of my tissue paper, anything that has to do with packaging, my gift boxes, all of that kind of stuff. This is all shipping supplies. So for this, I put down $160 a month on average for shipping supplies. There's also shipping labels. So when I am going through on Pirate Ship to print out the shipping labels to ship out everybody's orders, this is the average amount that I spend per month on all of the labels. And I put down $200 a month for shipping labels. All right, so this next category, I kind of compiled a bunch of things together, but these are all just kind of vessels. So any jars, tins, wax melt, clamshell molds, the room spray bottles, all that kind of stuff, anything that's going to hold something, I put into this category. So I put down $430 a month for all of the things that hold things. These include the sample packs, so the best seller sample packs that I have. So anything that's going to hold the wax. The next thing I spend monthly on is fragrance oil, and I put down $155 for this part. And I really need to get better about spending more on fragrance oil. I know that sounds funny, but I have always purchased a small amount at a time, only the 1 pound bottles at a time. And I really, really need to start spending more and buying more in bulk so that I can get a cheaper price point per ounce of the fragrance oil. And I feel like that's gonna help me out a lot. But for right now, I calculated $155 a month. So the next category is wax. So of course, with a candle business, you gotta get wax. And I use multiple different waxes. So I use a couple different soy waxes as well as beeswax. So the total amount that I calculated per month for wax is $242. This is also something that I always purchase in bulk because you can get a cheaper price point by purchasing in bulk than you can just purchasing little by little when you need it. However, when I first got started with my business, that's exactly what I did, was I just purchased it as I went along. Obviously, when you're just getting started with a candle business, you're not going to be spending thousands of dollars a month on wax, but this is basically just kind of a rough estimate over the past 6 months on monthly how much it's costing me to purchase wax. The next category is wicks and wick stickers. So to actually secure my wicks to the bottom of my jars, I do prefer to use wick stickers. In the very beginning, I used the red RTV glue, but I just had some issues with it in terms of it drying up in the tube. That was probably just me, but I have had a lot of people reuse their candles, and with the wick stickers, they're actually able to remove it. So I do like that aspect to it as well, but I put down $56 for wicks and wick stickers per month. And then the last category is labels and stickers. So I use online labels for all of my labeling stuff. I also make my own little custom candle stickers, and I use their sticker paper as well for those. So for labels per month, most of the time when I make an order, it is over $100. I like to have at least 100 sheets in my orders, because if I don't, they ship it in the more flexible kind of mailers. It's just kind of the envelopes versus a really heavy duty kind of cardboard, and they have like a plastic container that they put the paper in if it's over 100 sheets. And if it's not, the mail person shoves it in my tiny little mailbox because the envelope is more pliable, and I can't stand it. I can't stand when I have to yank my labels out of the mailbox because they're expensive and I want to keep them nice, and I don't want to waste the $100+ that I spent on it. So I usually like to get at least 100 labels in all of my orders. So for that, I put down an average of $113 a month on labels. I also put down another category that I don't have any specific items under, and that's because it's kind of a miscellaneous category. So I put down $500 to $1,500 a month on miscellaneous spending for my business. And this is because this could vary from getting a new wax melter to getting new tables to purchasing a $1,300 camera lens like I just purchased not too long ago. So sometimes there's things like that. Or for instance, I purchased from Replica Surfaces, which I want to make a video on for my new upgraded photography that I want to do. So sometimes there's things that I purchase that's completely out of the norm from the regular day-to-day spending that I do for my supplies. That's not actually something that I'm going to resell into a candle, but that's just going to elevate my business in a different way. So that's why I put it into a miscellaneous category. And this could also include samples of fragrance oils that I want to test out, these little things that I purchased. So these are little glass room spray bottles that I wanted to test out. So anything like that, that would, to me, is included in miscellaneous spending that doesn't have a specific category. So again, it's just going to be different every single month, but I wanted to include that in there because I'm not going to be perfect every single month just spending in these categories. With business, there's things that come up that you don't realize that you need. So yeah, there's just things that I want to try out or get randomly for my business, and that just kind of goes in the miscellaneous category. So the total monthly expenditure, not including any of the miscellaneous spending, is $1,547.92. So those are my monthly numbers. I really hope that it was interesting to you guys, and I hope that it wasn't like intimidating or anything, especially for those of you who are just getting started, because I know that when I first got started with my candle business, I was not spending $1,500 to $2,000 per month on my business. That was not happening at all. So I don't want you guys to get discouraged with that or intimidated. You will grow and you will learn on what you need to spend money on as you grow in your business. So just know that all businesses are different. Some people spend a whole lot more than I do, and some people spend a whole lot less than I do. So it really just depends on your personal business. So don't take my numbers and think that you have to spend that. It's all going to vary from business to business. So just take that into consideration when you're looking at everything. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow me over on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.